All right, everybody, I think got that covered. Hey, everybody, welcome. My name's Travis. I've lost over 100 pounds and come off all prescription medications. Program has changed my life, and I've been so fortunate and blessed to be a part of tens of thousands of other lives being changed as well. And for that, I know that you'll join me in just putting your holy hands in the air and blessing the name of the Lord. We can't live, breathe, eat, sleep without the Lord. And the things that we do, the more we do them with intentions unto Him, the more we're going to be blessed. Certainly we'll go through challenges, but those are growth challenges where we can grow as people and keep conforming to the image and likeness of Christ, which is love and joy and peace and patience and gentleness and goodness and meekness and temperance and faith. So just here to just celebrate what all of you are doing and accomplishing. Could not be any prouder of you. Don't forget that we prefer that you ask your questions underneath that Q&A button. Y'all can be free to chat with one another. Some of you don't come for me. I know that you don't. Y'all told me so. Y'all told me you don't come here to listen to me. You come here for one another. That don't bother me at all. I love that. You need connection and group support, but some people are coming to learn, and others are coming, they feel they've learned, and they're coming to talk and to chat, and I think that's a beautiful thing. Those of you that get distracted by the chat, just look, right here, focus on me. I got you, okay? But it helps us to manage things if you will ask your question behind the Q&A button. Quick recognition, Jelena McClure, thank you for becoming a partner. Jerry Ann Nelson, thank y'all for becoming a partner. What I consider long-term family members, and you don't know how much it means to us to get the support. This is a tough thing that we do, especially to do it the way we do it, with bootstrapped and with the prices that we do it with. It's tough. Without our partners, we just couldn't do what we do. And we love you so much. Thank you, Jelena, Jerry Ann, and all of our partners. Hey, Julie, we will have another partner class. Y'all enjoying the partner classes? Anybody enjoying those? We have partner classes. Thank y'all. Thank y'all. We have partner classes every Thursday. Well, I've been having them every Thursday. What I promised was 3 Thursdays a month. But if I don't have to go out of town or something, then I'll have them every week. I love doing them for y'all. We take a deeper dive into nutrition. It's very helpful to those who've already watched their fast track and earned the fast track badge. So please earn the fast track badge. And later on, if you want to take that deep dive discussion with us, I think last week we did MCTO. You have your own partner dashboard. All the lessons that we've taught so far this year are located there for you to refer back to at any time. But anyway, thank you, partners. Weekly weight loss, 700 pounds, 695.4. I'm telling the truth in advance. I'm rounding up. 695.4 pounds lost in a week. That's amazing by those that self-reported. And 10-pound badge earners galore. Congratulations. Thank y'all for living the lifestyle, earning that 10-pound badge. There's just so many here listed. Just want to say thank you. Great job. Congratulations. 25-pound badge earners lost their first 25 pounds. Rebecca McGee, Lisa Bird, Jerry Ann Nelson, Tracy Falls, Lisa Edgman. Good to see Lisa on there. 50-pound badge earners, Mindy Allen, Jerry Ann Nelson, Bobby Vick. Jerry Ann's racking up here. She's on a roll. Good job. And then we had 27. That's awesome. 27 fast track badges earned. Way to go. Lady of Discipline badge, consistent journaling badge. Kristen Glover, great job, makes all the difference when you journal. And then we had a ton of people that just were able to do 21 perfect days in a row. And then hot badge, Kristen McDonald. How about this, y'all? Woohoo! How many of you want to be hot? Raise your hand. If you'll lie about that, you'll lie about other things too. Kristen McDonald just earned her hot badge. Way to go, y'all. Great job. Great job. Good to have you all today. I'm going to jump right over here to the Q&A button and start answering questions. If you want your question to be anonymous, if you will, just put in parentheses anonymous, and I'll try to be. If you put that, I know not to call your name, but I hate not calling names because I love people and I love when people call my name. So anyway, Eric, I haven't seen a lot about exercise other than exercise challenges. Do you have any general recommendations for someone who is at a beginner level? We do. We've been handling some of that in the partner classes too. But what I suggest to a beginner, first of all, let me back up some more. I lost all of my weight, my body fat, with no exercise. I had tried all that. I had given up on all that. I finally realized that you cannot exercise enough to overcome a bad diet. So I lost all of my weight with 3 pillars of wellness: faith, nutrition, and supplementation. But now I incorporate exercise, the 4 pillars of wellness. Exercise has just become part of me now, but I feel like when somebody's really trying to embark on a life change and they're not doing that already, not exercising already, if you try to take on too much change all at once, it'll break you. Certainly we can watch Rocky, and when we get done watching the Rocky movie, man, we're ready to do it all. But we're fighting a battle against old bad compulsions and old bad habits, and it takes time. Sometimes we don't have a Saul to Paul conversion as it relates to wellness. Sometimes it takes time. And I believe that one should start nailing the nutrition and living a disciplined nutrition lifestyle if they weren't already exercising before the program. But now, let's say you're me and you've lost a lot of weight, you're looking good in your clothes, you're nailing the nutrition, you feel good about the daily customs of Shibboleth, you've got that part down and you want to do more, you want to exercise. Always start, in my opinion, with a really good walking program and a body weight exercise program. There's no need to start lifting and pulling weights with a deconditioned body, okay? There's just no need to do that. If we can't handle our own body weight, then we should not be lifting weights, in my estimation. The only time we would do that is if we can't even handle our body weight, then we would use light dumbbells and barbells and light kettlebells because we're unable to handle our own weight, you see. So I really recommend, especially if you have access to the partner exercises, there's a progression system. And what we recommend is walking, and then you progress that walking. Walking still and will always be the best exercise for human beings. You don't hear that very much because it's not sexy, it's not CrossFit, it's not Zumba, it's walking, and everybody can do it. Almost everybody can do it. Has amazing cognitive benefits. It gets you in your target heart rate zone better than any other exercise brisk walking does. And you can just lock it down and rip off the fat burning knob. But then after you get into the walking, the disciplined walking, where you've drawn a line in the sand and you say, I'm getting 10,000 steps a day. I'm going to work towards that, and then I'm going to maintain that. Then we start adding body weight exercises, in my estimation. We start adding pull-ups, sit-ups, crunches, burpees. I said push-ups, didn't I? Body weight squats, those types of activities. And there's a list of them that we have. If you want that list, email us, info@myshibboleth.com, and we'll send you the links to where you can find the exercise section and start doing those. But those are the basic ones that I recommend. Push-ups, pull-ups, air squats, burpees, crunches, leg raises. If you will start doing those, pick out 3 every other day and start progressing in those, you'll be amazed with a good walking program. You will give the appearance that you've been in the gym because you're cutting the fat and you're reconstituting old muscle, getting blood flow to that old muscle. It looks like you've bulked up in muscle. It literally does. I can show you pictures of myself. I don't have a lot of muscle, but I can show you pictures of myself when I started body weight exercises. and shirt off and shirt off before and shirt off after. It looks like I was really training hard with some weights, and really I was just doing my body weight exercises. So that would be my beginner recommendations. And Tammy's doing a good job of putting that over there as a recap. Next question. What pasta can I substitute for Travis's spaghetti? Can't find what is suggested in the recipe. Here's your pot for any of the pasta recipes. If you'll write these down, these are universal, okay? And I'll start with the best ones. Butternut squash, zucchini, the zucchini noodles, zucchini squash type noodles, no additives, just where you spiral them. Not butternut, I'm so sorry, not butternut, I'm sorry. Spaghetti, it's what happens when you go by memory and not the library. Spaghetti squash, the zucchinis, any category 2 vegetable in spirals. If I'm pronouncing it wrong, forgive me, but palmini, has anybody seen that? Palmini or palmini? It's hearts of palm that's in spirals. These are all category 2s that you can use as pastas. I often will replace pasta with riced cauliflower. I often will replace pasta with the Fiber Gourmet riced pasta. And then there's the Fiber Gourmet. Now we step up to something that's more of a traditional noodle. Fiber Gourmet noodles, Explore Cuisine noodles, and Carbonata pasta. Those are my answers, Teresa. Let me know if you need me to dive deeper with you on that. Any of those are a great replacement for the pasta in that recipe and any other pasta recipe. Is the peanut butter shake a protein shake? You'd have to tell me. There's a million peanut butter shakes on the market. Can you tell me what you're referring to? Can you give me a little more information, please? How do I access the VIP section as a partner? It does not let me. So we might need to make sure that you've been given the proper access, but I'll show you real quick what that looks like before we know that you are or are not set up appropriately. Here, I'm in the website and I'm going to go to dashboard. I went to dashboard. And right here in the dashboard, you can see the new partner dashboard. I click that, and here are my videos and my partner workouts. We'll continue to enhance the partner perks section for our great partners. But it's right here. If you don't have access to this, then reach out to Joni or Tammy, and we'll make sure that you get set up. Okay, let me know if you need me to talk further on that. Thank you, Denise, for being a partner. Can I add a condiment to a meal that has 0 calories to another which has a tablespoon 15 calorie? I'm not sure I understand the question, so I'll just tell you about condiments. So everybody ready for this? There are 3 condiment rules. When I say condiment, our definitions all have to be consistent. How I define a thing, if you define it differently, then we can't have these quick rapid fire sessions because we could be talking about 2 different things and mess ourselves up. So a condiment, when I say condiment, I'm not talking about adding anything to a freebie, and I'm not talking about adding anything to an approved beverage. I'm only talking about, or snack. I'm only talking about meal episodes. When I say condiment, I only mean meal episodes. So if I've got an approved meal, regardless of the calories, if I'm willing to count it as a meal episode, which is just, that's a more robust calorie situation. So when I say meal, if I'm talking about a food combination meal, a recipe, I can add up to 50 calories of condiment to make that taste better and be more enjoyable. Now, when I'm adding those calories, those are calories that are not going to come out of my fat stores because I added them unnecessarily to flavor something, but we want to enjoy the journey. So I use condiments. So on on an approved meal, I can have up to 50 calories total of anything. If I want to be more precise, then I can use the 5-2 and few rule. Make sure that my condiments have 5 grams of sugar or less, 2 grams of fat or less, and I use just a little, stay under the 50 calorie mark. The very best condiment rule is to use almost 0 calories condiments, spices, seasoning packs, cinnamon, certain herbs, Walden Farms calorie-free products. These are all great to add. You can add to anything because they're basically 0 calorie. So I would need some more detail, I guess, but I think that might cover the question. We do not add condiments to our coffee. We do not add condiments to our tea. We don't call that condiments. We're just simply adding a little sugar substitute like stevia to it, or some 15 calorie or less fat-free coffee mate creamer. So that's not really a condiment. We're just, I guess it is in a way, but we don't want to use the regular condiment rule in coffee or tea. We could be adding 50 calories of sugar to tea, and that just screws it up. Somebody asked the other day, I thought it was a fair question. Why can I add 50 worst case scenario? It's not optimal, but worst case scenario, why can I add 50 calories of, say, sugar to an eating episode, but I couldn't add that to my coffee or tea? That's easy. When you add it to an eating episode that you chew, you're grinding out, see, it's got to digest. And digestion slows down blood sugar elevation. But when I drink a tea, it's instantly digested. When I drink a cola, it's instantly digested. So I can't add sugar to that. That's like shooting up with sugar. But if I'm adding it to a meal that slows down the breakdown of the whole meal, that also is slowing down the breakdown of the sugar. Not that I would add sugar, but I'm just making a point. I hope that makes sense. If it doesn't, repivot on the question, and I'll come back and answer it. The peanut butter shake in the Shibboleth store, gotcha. It is a protein shake. We use it as a meal episode. If you use over 200 calories, it's a meal episode with a shake. If you use 200 or less calories, it's a snack episode on the program. Awesome. Everybody's finding what they need. Makes me happy. Anybody else? I hope you're learning some stuff. It seems like some folks have come with some really solid questions today, not redundant ones either. These are the ones that don't get asked a lot. Great job. Remember this too, when you're talking about condiments and other things related to the program. 2 chips, you eat 2 chips only and you don't count that as a holiday. It's the little foxes that spoil the vines. The devil is in the details. Learning those details is so important. Any other questions or comments? Great stuff today, y'all. We got about 7 more minutes. Anyone else? Anything that inquiring minds want to know? Appreciate y'all putting your questions in the Q&A. That's really helpful. Makes class much more efficient. Betty, I cannot believe that you're 72 years old. I just can't believe it. Cannot believe it. Sharon's riding the death cycle for 2 hours or more a day. Great job. It all counts. When you're doing Shibboleth and you're in efficient fat burning mode, every extra calorie you burn, it's coming from the booty, y'all. It's coming from the booty. Hey, Annette. What breaks a fast? Next question is, what breaks a fast? Anything that's more than negligible amounts of a macronutrient breaks a fast. Protein, carbohydrate, and fat. Anything more than just a few calories, like 15 calories of any of those, is not really going to break a fast. Not in a significant way. So coffee with approved creamer and an approved sweetener, not going to really break a fast. Does it downregulate your autophagy experience a little? Yeah, a little bit from what studies show, but not much. But when you start adding more than that, more than non-negligible amounts of protein, like one of the things that I'm high on these days is bone broth for collagen. Bone broth as an eating episode. Very light, doesn't cause too many problems with your autophagy, but it does break a fast because bone broth is so heavy in protein. Protein, carbohydrate, and fat in more than non-negligible amounts breaks your fast. A fast technically should be a water fast. Now, one of the classes that I'm running this week is I'm waiting on a development because, for example, I'll show you, I think y'all will be excited about this. Let me know if you like it. Sometimes I'm like, I should have asked them before I put all that time and energy into it. But one of the things we're rolling out this month is in your journal, you'll notice that you have all of these. Let me make sure we're on the same. Yeah, okay. In your journal, you have all these, in your Dropbox, all these different type days, which we've done instruction on each type day and the definition and how to have it. That's what I love about Shibboleth, everybody. I love Shibboleth for me because I say it all the time, cutting up with y'all. I'm crazy. I'm certain if anybody if I had to go sit with a psychiatrist, I'm certain I would end up in a funny farm. Because I change my mind every day. I'm going to be a vegan today and a carnivore tomorrow, and the next day I'm going to eat a well-balanced meal. I change every day. My environment is always changing. It drives me crazy. So I've developed a system where I can change if I want to. I can change if I want to, as long as I follow the overarching rules of our program. So for everything that, like on the regular program, you can't have full-fat bacon. Right? You can't have full-fat bacon on the regular program, but I like full-fat bacon. So I come up with a set of rules where I could have a shark day or a lion day and have full-fat bacon and full-fat cheese. I just have to follow those rules. Does that make sense? So here I've got all these different type days, and we're about to add a new type day. Now, before we do it, we're going to put little pluses and minuses here so that you can remove any of these that you don't want in your box. Are y'all all with me? I think you're going to like this. I want your opinion on this too. Are y'all all there? I got to go back and look at all the excitement. Joseph's killing it, I guess. I got to go look at that. So we're going to be able to add and take away, and you'll only add it to your Dropbox when you've been trained on it. Okay? But watch this. We're going to allow clients to have their own type day. One of the things the Lord moved me on, I'm like, why are people struggling? Well, a perfect day, Travis, is your type day. Okay? So you're teaching people your type day. With those rules, what about if you teach people about their type day? You actually counsel each one, sit down with them, and you come up with rules based upon their leanings and philosophies and lifestyle, and you could have a Jerry Ann day, right? The other thing that we're going to do here is we're going to have a day that can be added to this that's not just a pure fast day, but a training wheel fast day, where once you've been trained on that, you're not ready to completely fast. We can add a training wheel fast day where I can tell you about foods and recipes that it's not as good as really fasting, but it won't take you out of autophagy too much, where you could go days fasting but still get in some nutrition. So that's coming too. I think that will be here by the end of the month, and I'm really excited about it. We're just getting started, Darla. We're just getting started. It's going to get better and better. We're unique. We're a disruptor. We're going to disrupt the industry. We'd have already disrupted the industry if I had deep pockets, but I don't. We're a bootstrap company, so it's little by little, and it requires tons of patience, but we're going to take off. We're going to take off. It's going to get better and better. Framework is just about laid. Next question. What was the rule you shared about choosing a bone broth? Is beef best? I think it is. I like Kettle and Fire bone broth. There's some other good ones out there. You can make your own, of course. I feel that beef bone broth is the most nutritious, but any bone broth is fine. Is fine. For our purpose, a zero fat bone broth is best. Obviously, a zero carb. Don't get any bone broth where they've added any carbohydrate to it. If they have, it should be minimal. But like Kettle and Fire, I use their fat-free bone broth, and sometimes I want their chili though, or their cheese and broccoli. It's high fat, high calorie, so I have to really watch having too much of it. But any zero fat bone broth is exceptional as a snack or meal episode. Next question. If I eat half a Quest bar and save the rest for a tea party with my granddaughter, will that count as an eating episode? This is one of those personal adult decisions. So anytime, this is just my, listen, don't forget that I myself, and I'll talk about Julie's challenge. This is a good time to segue into Julie's challenge. I myself, hear me out, I myself had and could have again a behavioral problem. Okay. I used to be a chronic grazer. I had to be eating and chewing on something all of the time. And it was one of the hardest habits I've ever had to break. I broke that habit by having 3 eating episodes. I didn't care if it was a meal or a snack or a freebie. I didn't care. I started calling, even if I had a freebie, well, I'm eating. So I better be careful about what I choose, because if I eat something, if I have to chew on it, I'm not counting liquids. If 0 calorie liquids don't apply. If I'm having to chew it, then I'm counting that as an eating episode. Even if I have one meal that I graze on over 3 or 4 hours, as many times as I pull it out, sit down to eat it, I count it as an eating episode. And that broke the habit for me of chronically grazing. Now, the calories would be the same. And in fact, our weight loss surgery members who's had weight loss surgery, they have to have 5 or 6 meals, because to get the adequate amount of protein they need, their stomach has been altered. They can only eat a little bit or they get sick. So in that case, we're spreading it out, right? So for you, you have to figure out, like, if technically, if you take a half a Quest bar, that, let's say it's a meal episode. If you eat half of a Quest bar now and half of a Quest bar later, I don't see anything wrong with you counting that as one eating episode. But my personal rules is I don't do that. That was a long explanation, but I don't do that because I have a problem with grazing. If you have a problem with grazing, I don't think you should do that. I think you should count that as 2 eating episodes. But if you don't, if grazing's not the issue, you just want half now, half later, because it sustains you better, just count it as 1 eating episode, because technically it is. I hope that makes sense. Julie's doing a challenge I think's fabulous, because what she's done is come up with easily digested meals that still control insulin, that if you're a grazer, you can graze on these meals while you work towards eliminating some of those episodes, but you can graze without it really disrupting your digestive system constantly, because these are some delicious pre-digested meals. So Julie and I were talking, that's like a training wheel. It's like a training wheels to a perfect day, because over time, to say that with Julie's plan, you could have 6 eating episodes a day, and you can, that over time you can say, okay, on this particular day, my intentions are going to be to have 5 eating episodes. And then later you can go, my intentions are going to be to whittle it down to 4 eating episodes. And we can work to a place slowly rather than overnight. We can work into a place where we're only having 3 or less eating episodes per day. So y'all check that challenge out. If you're a grazer, and me preaching 2 to 3 eating episodes a day is really stressing you out, let's slow it down, because you can do Julie's and get great results, because you won't be having those insulin provocations, but you'll get to eat more times throughout the day. Did all that make sense, everybody? Does it make logical sense to you what I said? This program should be very logical. That's all we're doing here, y'all. Learning together. We get silly and have fun, but what we're learning to do here, we're gaining all of this practical knowledge, not out of a science book. We're gaining all of this practical knowledge about the real world and real life, and we're setting goals. And as we gain knowledge and get reconnected to our highest and best self purpose and goals, we can begin each day to make logical decisions. And that's the thing. My eating decisions based upon my goals, they were very illogical years ago. They weren't logical. For example, what do I mean? I would eat to deal with my stress, anxiety, or boredom. But the more I ate, the more stress, anxiety, and boredom I had. Do you see what I'm saying? So I was making illogical, irrational decisions. And what we're doing is learning together so that daily, one day at a time, we can make more logical decisions. Karen, Julie's challenge, once she gets it set up proper, it may already be, but once you just go to this challenge tab, and you go right here, and you will find, oh, there's one right there. It should have Julie's beautiful mug on there instead of mine. Julie, anytime you do a challenge, you're prettier than me. Mix this thing up. Get Sigma to put you on there. I know you don't care about that sort of thing, but it'd be nice to see a prettier mug than that ugly mug there. But anyway, she's already got that one set up, the Shibby Shop meal plan. All right, y'all, I've got to split. I got to be leaving this house at 12 o'clock. So I got to get ready. Any other questions before we go? Any parting questions? What exercises are best for bat wings? The best for bat wings. So we want to lose body fat, and then we want to reconstitute muscle that lie up underneath the skin. So you don't have much muscle there, and you're losing fat, so you get the hanging skin effect. We got to reconstitute those muscles. Great exercises to begin there. Planks, but a full plank, not on the elbow plank, but a full plank, basically holding the upside of a push-up. Push-ups help with that because that works your triceps. Chair dips is in the exercise library. Chair dips help with that. I forget what they call these, but arm swimmers, those help with that, especially if you're holding hand weights. But anything that works your tricep. All right, y'all. I hope everybody had a good time. We love you in the Lord. we will see. We will see. I'll be a spectator tonight at 8. Excuse me. I'll be a spectator tonight at 8 to try to keep an eye on Nasty Mino Jack, who's already caused waves within our Shibby community. If you take life too seriously, please don't come to Jack stuff. But if you want to have fun, just need an escape and a break, and just want to be like a grown-up child for a week and lose a lot of weight, Jack does a good job with that. And so I'll be a spectator tonight, and Jack and Captain Zabby, Lord willing, will be here at 8 p.m. A text will go out. I'm wondering if anybody's finding the buried treasure. Did anybody that's doing the Jack attack, are y'all on the search for the treasure? Anybody? Did y'all try to, hey Debbie? Get after it. Get you that get out of jail free card. All right, y'all. We love you. We'll see you, to some of you all tonight. Bye, Debbie. Bye, everybody. God bless.